Hello and welcome to episode 402 of the No Sugarcoating podcast. How are you? I hope you are doing well no matter where you are in the world. Let me tell you, the energy, there is a lot going on. So try your best to just be gentle with yourself and be patient with yourself, because I know if I'm feeling it as the empath, the sensitive soul that I am, you might be too. And this week's podcast episode's really been inspired by just like observing women in their healing and my own healing. And I've talked to so many women who feel like they're going through up levels right now, big changes, deeper healing, letting go of things that don't serve them. So is this you? Is this resonating with you? Are you going through an up level? And it's really inspired today's conversation. So I'm going to talk about up level via like your body wanting to help you up level, but I might weave in pieces around like your business wanting you to up level, your relationships, etc. Because if we're going through a weird time or an uncomfortable time or a vulnerable time or a lull or an ebb into a flow, right? Or we feel like our symptoms are just driving us nuts or whatever it is, it's not happening to punish you. It's happening to actually help you see and be willing to address what's really going on at the roots so that you can up level and have more peace, freedom, healing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So your symptoms and body struggles are trying to help you up level. Your symptoms and insecurities are your sounding board. Okay. They're going to be your guide to deep healing. And you address the roots, you do the deeper work, you build the freedom in whatever area of your life that you feel called to, okay? Everything changes when you're willing to dig in, truly. So let's dive right in, shall we? So the show notes for today can be found at amberapproved.ca /podcast/402. I can't believe we're episode 402. Where is time gone? So a couple quick reminders. I can't believe we're already into March. How is it March? First of all, it's crazy. So just a friendly reminder, if you are wanting to come forth for Hormone Harmony, the 6-month group program to help you finally bring balance to your hormones, which also touches on emotional eating, gut health, nervous system, building body love, and a lot more. This is your last call to enroll. So the early bird savings of $667 USD is available until Thursday, March 9th at midnight Mountain Time, and then it goes away, and the doors will also be closing for the program the following day, Friday, March 10th. So if you want to secure your spot for that and get into the 2023 round, be sure to just go to amberapproved.ca /podcast/402 to the show notes, and there will be a banner that you'll be able to click to go ahead and sign up right there. If you have questions about the program, DM me on Instagram or just send me an email. I'm happy to hop on a 15-minute Zoom call with you to just make sure it feels like a fit. But I just want to give you the heads up. This is your last chance to enroll for that this week. Okay. Also, of course, if you're like, I want to dive in, however, I feel like I want to come into one-on-one, I really encourage you to book a 30-minute body freedom session, because then we can connect on Zoom for 30 minutes. You fill out an intake form, it's $50 USD, and we can talk about what's going on for you: body freedom, emotional eating, self-sabotage, the ego, gut health, hormone health issues, cravings, the fears around failure, what's holding you back, why haven't you been able to make progress. The other thing, of course, that's available is business freedom consultations. So it's the same kind of thing, except, and of course, we can blend all the body freedom support in, but we can also look at, okay, well, why are you holding yourself back in your business? Is your body image and weight holding you back? Are you not prioritizing your needs as much as your business? Because I see so many women go into business and throw themselves on the back burner, and then their health suffers, and we don't want that to happen. So if you're wanting to talk about some biz freedom support as well, growth, expansion, being seen, feel free to book a body freedom or a business freedom call, whatever you feel called to do. So I just wanted to give you those little reminders today that that's what is going on right now. So let's dive in. I will tell you the energy so far this year has been the word that keeps coming in is weird. And I know there's a lot going on, regardless of how you're viewing the world right now. It's really intense. It's really intense. So, but the energy vibe this year just felt weird to me. I don't know if it's felt weird for you, but it has. And I personally feel like I'm on the verge of a massive up level in my business, because I've been doing so much inner like nervous system work and clearing out negative thoughts and limiting beliefs. There's a new level of vulnerability that I have been like just sharing and feeling with clearing out old emotions like shame and guilt around like contributing and around like worth tied to like growth and business and all these different things. This has been so fascinating and honestly so uncomfortable to go through, but I know always what comes on the other side of it is up level. And it's so fascinating because last week I, for like 4 days, had anxiety, and I never get anxiety. And it's not really like current stress. It just like hit me hard, and I couldn't even be on my phone or technology or anything for like the whole weekend. And I just had to sit and like be and do nothing. And I listened and I did. And my thyroid just felt so overstimulated. Like I take my desiccated thyroid for my underactive thyroid, and she's like, I don't want it. Stop taking it. And that gave me some relief, but it was ascension symptoms, and it's all the energy shifting going on the planet. And when we up level, sometimes our bodies will give us symptoms, or like there's things we need to express. And my thyroid, my throat chakra, like, you need to just be vulnerable. Be vulnerable. Just cry, just feel and show it more. And like, because I, being the coach, I'm like, oh, well, I have to show up and be professional. And I, like want to be encouraging to my spouse, and I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to, ever be upset, like, about certain things. And it's just been funny because this week I've been in full surrender to just like sharing my vulnerabilities, sharing like this tender side of me, just like being in that. And he's been the most incredible. I'm so grateful. I want to try have him come on the podcast one day because he's amazing and I love him so much. And I want to ask him some questions. I feel like I feel like him and I could be great relationship coaches because he is so just incredible. So I've just been surrendering, and he's been so supportive. I've been surrendering into the masculine and his just nurturing, and it's so beautiful to see how loved, and I know how loved and supported I am, but to just see the way he's been with me, I'm just so grateful. So yeah. Anyway, so I've had a tender, vulnerable time. It's been very interesting, but all this old junk's coming up to clear, like inner child stuff from past lives. As we go through ascension symptoms, the body can do all kinds of things, gives all kinds of symptoms. And so it's always leading to the next level of release and up level. And that's really what I wanted to affirm for you today and share with you around today's topic. So I just wanted to share a bit of backstory because I've been feeling it a lot too. Everybody I know, whether they're really attuned or not attuned, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're at on your evolutionary journey on this planet. There is stuff going on and we are feeling it. And if I can help reassure you or help you feel like you're not alone, or that like I'm human and going through it too, as you're okay. Everything's going to be okay. It's just a season and it's part of the growth. So it's funny. This week I went on Instagram all week and I did an up level series, and you can go to my Instagram at amberapproved, ROMANIUK, and you can watch them. They're on my Instagram stories. And I've also shared them on my YouTube, but I felt so called to talk about this and like break it down into 5 different segments. So you can go watch the whole thing there, but then I wanted to really like recap it all here because it's so funny. I've been sharing on Instagram. Like if I could only share on my Instagram, like I do on my podcast, I just feel so comfortable, like being so open here and vulnerable here. And Instagram, I get 60 seconds in a story and I feel like I get cut off. So I'm like learning how to bring some of this over there. And I think part of my learning and what I'm feeling right now is my next up level is just like full blown vulnerability and like showing all of my human, right? I mean, there's certain things that I'm not going to like share, like, okay, TMI, but I have an ingrown toenail that I need to go in and get taken care of. I'm not going to be showing them my Instagram stories, right? But like, and I mean, I shared it here because just to give you an example, but I just feel like emotionally there's things that I want to share more human because I'm human too. And I think there's been parts of me that have been resistant to that because I'm like, but if I'm more human, like what if it turns people off? And what if, and it's like, no, like clear that insecurity out of the way. People want more human. I know you all would rather have someone that's more relatable than like this cold, hard piece of steel. And I'm not, I know I'm not that, but it's like opening the heart and opening. And I feel like that's why my throat and my thyroid chakra is like, oh, you need to share this, right? Because if I don't, then a part of me like activates physically and I get a symptom. And then I'm like, oh yeah, no, what messages you have? Let's share it. So part of my up level is listening to my body's symptoms. And now I'm letting it out and I'm releasing and I'm clearing. So I got this symptom with my throat where I got anxiety and I felt so overstimulated, like my thyroid went overactive. And then I started to just regulate my nervous system and cry and express and be vulnerable. And then it's completely calmed down. I'm still releasing some of this emotion. I think it was built up over a long time, like in childhood and growing up. And it's nobody's fault, right? We all go through our experiences, but we can suppress emotion and old memories with our inner child for a long time, and then they can create symptoms and insecurities that we have now. So this is the evolution of the healing journey, and we all continue on it. So your symptoms and your body struggles are trying to help you up level, and here's all the proof, and here's how and why. Okay. So your symptoms and your body are not out to get you. Your body unconditionally loves you. You heard me talking about that all the time. It might be hard to like accept and grasp because you're just like, yeah, but I'm suffering so much. Why am I suffering? And I want to remind you all, as I talk about in my, more soul-filled episodes, like we come here to have an evolution healing experience, whether you decide you want to accomplish those things in this lifetime or not. And you're all so powerful. And we forget that when we come here. And part of this healing is to help you remember how powerful and brilliant and incredible you are. And I'm here to help remind you of that and help you step into that, because that's like the epitome of the work I do. I always journal on my why. And the other night I'll write like, okay, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And then I ask why like 6 more times. And you could do the same thing. And the why is gotten so deep. It's not just about helping women gain food and body freedom or business freedom. It is literally about helping you gain food and body freedom and business freedom so you can remember who you really are, which is the most incredible, powerful men and women. Because I know there's guys listening, and kudos, because mindset and ego and all this healing is healing, right? So I'm glad that you're here too. But like, you are so powerful. You are so incredible. You have so much to bring to this planet. And my mission is to help you remember and reconnect with the confidence, the power, the love, all of these gifts and aspects of who you are that make you incredibly uniquely you. And then guess what? You heal, you gain your power back, you remember who you really are. That positively helps the planet. We raise the vibration of each of us individually. That collectively raises the vibration on this planet. We heal this planet together, and we get to bring in a new earth that is so much more unifying and full of peace and love and community. And that's totally why I'm here. And I'm so grateful and honored. But it was through the discomfort of dealing with binge eating, dealing with binging and purging, dealing with food addiction and emotional eating, dealing with body image struggles, and then dealing with the gut and hormone imbalances that were so severe and significant. And then discovering I was an empath and how freaking scary it was to feel and like recognize my intuition and to feel sensitive and feel different than everyone else. And like, then I wanted to numb it all down again with food. And I was like, no, I can't dim my light anymore. And then discover this more spiritual side and awaken to my power, my confidence, my worth, my mission, why I'm here. And then awaken to like the world and all kinds of things going on in the world. And it's like, holy moly. I'm so grateful I went through the struggles I did, because it has helped me up level to the woman I am today. And more importantly, the remembrance of how powerful I am and how powerful you are is what I want you to, we all are. We all have the same level of power, light, etc. There is no hierarchy, but it's, are you willing to take the steps so that you can remember and claim it for yourself? That's the key here. And that's literally the whole reason I have my business and record this podcast every week, is because if I can help give you a glimmer of hope and help you remember, give you some reassurance while you're trying to figure it out, like, I've done my job, right? So I do just feel the most blessed to be here recording this every week, as I always say, because it's true. So whether it's fatigue or it's horrible bloating or your skin's breaking out or you have the bad cravings or the weight gain, right? This is a big one. So if you're struggling with weight gain, body image struggles, you can't lose weight and you're just at wit's end. Like I know what it's like. You freaking want to pull your hair out, might mildly swear a little bit too. You want to pull your hair out. You're just at wit's end. You want to smash your scale, but you don't, because you feel like if you can't weigh in, you're going to lose control. You're terrified to let go of the diets and the quick fixes and everything, your whole identity that you've developed around food and body and weight loss. You're terrified, and maybe you're not. Maybe you're like, I'm over the being terrified. I just am like frustrated, but you're either terrified or frustrated or so angry with your body because things won't change. And you're like, why can't I have this? Why me? Why is this happening to me? Right. And then that just keeps us stuck, because what your body's trying to do is go, hey, I love you, but I'm giving you the fatigue. I'm giving you the weight gain. I'm not budging with the weight. I'm giving you the, PMS or the menopause or the, whatever the symptoms are, I'm continuing to keep you in people pleasing. You're continuing to have lulls in your business and it's not growing because there's a deeper level of healing. There's an up level I want to take you through. Are you willing to see that and start going through it? And are you willing to stop ignoring me and start listening? And like my soul, my higher self, my inner guidance is like, you got to come inward more. And I pulled cards this weekend and one was patience. Another one was like inner guidance. And I'm like, oh, okay, I really get it. I'm like going in deeper. And so in meditation, I've been going in deeper and I'm like, okay, like I really want to connect with this voice on a deeper level. Cause sometimes it's hard. It's quiet compared to the ego in the head, or assuming I should just do these things because this is what I know. But the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, whether it's the diets and the eat less, exercise more to lose weight, or doing all the tests and taking supplements, but you still are struggling with binge eating and body image insecurities, or you're continuing to do the same things over and over in your business, but things aren't changing, right? Or you're trying to date, but you're continuing to attract the same kind of person because you're not shifting your inner unworthiness and insecurities. Like whatever it is, if we really want to see a different outcome, we've got to be willing to go inside and see what's going on. And obviously you can decide if you want to do it on your own or like the path that you want to take. And of course, I'm here with open arms to welcome you if you decide you want to come and explore the potential of going on this journey together, whether you want to do that in a one-on-one setting or in a group setting. Things are available for you. And I'm so welcome to bring you in and have a conversation in a body freedom session, biz freedom session, and see what's going on for you so we can get you on the aligned path. Because the more you come into alignment, the more easy and effortless things get. I have a client and we've been working together for almost a year. And in the last 2 weeks, the level of alignment that has occurred for her is mind-blowing and jaw-dropping. So she mustered up the courage to finally leave a job that was not treating her well at all and was actually negatively impacting her health. And she's decided to, go to a completely different environment and do some really deep healing for a while. And once she decided to, made this decision and decided to complete with this job, like everything is literally so effortlessly fallen into place for her to like go here and do what she needs to do. Like everything's just fallen into place because she's now coming into alignment. And the universe is like, oh, you're coming into alignment. Let's make it easier, versus when we're out of alignment, we're in resistance. We have fear of making change. We're staying in environments that are not supportive for our greatest good. We manifest a lot of things we don't want, including our body going so out of whack and giving us so many symptoms and feeling so unwell. So this is the power of alignment, right? The more in alignment I am, the more things flow. If I start to resist or hold back or like hold things in, well, things go out of alignment for me. It's no different for me than anyone else. And I'm like, ooh, and this is the deeper level of mastery that I'm going through right now. And I'm going to record like a biz episode, but even if it's a business episode, like it's life. And even if you don't have a business, you're still going to be able to relate, because you may notice these things showing up in your personal life, your relationships, your job, with your kids, yourself. Like, even if you don't have a business, you'll still be able to relate. And there's a deep level of energetic mastery that I'm really learning right now about the universe and manifestation and mindset and money and like all these different things. And it's so fascinating. And I'm so glad that I've like that the universe has kind of nudged me down the path, because I feel like the deeper I get this, the more I'm going to be able to help my clients, especially, you know, if they're coming forth for biz freedom and stuff like that. It's very deep and profound. And, you know, a colleague of mine posted something on social media the other day, and she's like, just trust and know whatever you're going through right now, whatever initiations, up levels you're going through right now are happening because you know deep down you're going to be helping someone else with this at some point, and or you're going to, you know, have a positive impact on the world by going through this yourself. So it's just so resonant, and the universe is giving all the signs in the world. So let's use a couple of examples: low energy, emotional eating, and body image struggles, and people pleasing. Okay. It doesn't matter which one you may be experiencing, and fill in the blank with your own stuff. Okay. But it's going to continue until you choose to go, okay, I'm ready to explore a different path. Now, like I said earlier, you're going to decide what the path looks like, and that's divine, and it's whatever feels best for you. But the same things and the same suffering will continue to happen until we go, you know what? This is happening because it's trying to guide me to look at it and deal with it, so I can face my inner child traumas. I can face my inner insecurities around unworthiness and not feeling good enough. So I can face the self-sabotage. So I can learn why my body's hanging on to protection and understand the blocks and heal them. So I can get to the roots of why my energy's low. And it's not just high cortisol. It's also suppressed emotions. It's being an empath and, you know, not having any boundaries, right? If it's the weight stuff, there's so many blocks to explore. Your body wants to help you see and get what these blocks are so you can work through them. I have another client, and we totally had an aha in our session the other day, because she's like, I have to have control. The environment needs to be really clean. And then I'm like, okay, but there's something below that. And she's like, okay, I think what really is going on is I always feel overwhelmed in my mind. And so if my environment isn't perfectly clean, then it triggers the crap out of me. Right. So now it's like, okay, we've got to deal with the overwhelm that's overwhelming the nervous system and causing all kinds of things to go on in the body. So there's always these aha moments, but that's what having the courage to go on the deeper journey does, is we get to see these parts of us that cause a lot of suffering, that drain us. And then we get to go, okay, you know what? No more. I'm going to start working on this. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it's unfamiliar. I know it takes stepping out of your comfort zone. I totally get that. I know your ego wants to come up with every reason, story, and excuse in the world why it's not a good idea. But the honest truth is, not a lot changes, and you continue to suffer and play a small game of life if you don't change. And I don't mean that you're not living a fulfilling life now, but life just gets to expand and be so much more incredible when we heal these things. And you can start this journey however you see fit, or deepen going on the journey however you see fit. But we've got to be willing to get out of our own way, truly. So your symptoms and your insecurities are your sounding board. And the more intense and bigger your symptoms get, the more pain, the more fatigue, the more hair loss, the more bloating, the deeper your unworthiness, the deeper your need to chase others for validation, the deeper the need for all of that, right? The more overwhelmed your nervous system gets, the worse you feel, and the more you want to keep staying in self-sabotaging behaviors. But this is your sounding board, right? When you feel yourself giving your power away, that's your sounding board. So you can build awareness and go, wow, I've given my power away. I felt a drain in energy. Ooh, I feel it in my throat. Oh, I got a knot in my stomach. Okay. So now that I am aware of that, like, what do I want to do about it? Here's a really good example. You have high cortisol. It's your stress hormone. Your body wants to lead you to up level. Your body just doesn't want you to take a supplement and eat a certain way. Yes, she wants nourishment and support to help, but she's like, you know what? I'm going to keep your cortisol high until you really get that I want balance in my life. Maybe I want less caffeine. Maybe I want you to feel really worthy, and not only worthy on the days that you work out. Maybe I want you to stop chasing the number on the scale. Maybe that's what I want you to look at. You know what? Your cortisol is still high because there's self-sabotage with food to deal with. Let's look at that and deal with that, right? Like, there's all of this accumulation of symptoms or insecurities that you will continue to feel until you're willing to start looking at and paying attention to the sounding board and going, you know what? I want to deal with it. Because guess what? Going on the up level brings miracles. Right? I knew nothing about emotional eating, relationship with food, spirituality, energy, my physical health. I had no clue, no awareness whatsoever. I was treating my body like a garbage can. I didn't know how to cope with stress. I was so insecure, and I have love and compassion for the past me. I didn't know how to manage money well. I didn't have anything. I was not in any good relationships. Like, my life wasn't very bright at the time when I was going through all this. And letting my body lead me through this up level has helped me build worthiness and confidence, allow myself to feel through things, clear out such deep self-sabotage with food, finally reach my set point without any force, and learn my weight blocks and actually heal and help my body feel safe. It's helped me learn about all the hormones so I can help my women with it that come to me, and the gut health issues and the cravings and the ego mindset. Goodness, that's just been such a blessing to learn about and heal. It helped me start a business and a podcast and all these things that I did not think I'd be doing, 13, 14 years ago. It's helped me help so many women all over the world. 10 years almost fully of like being in this. Like, it's such a gift. It's helped me manifest, the most incredible man and relationship into my life, and incredible friendships that were just so aligned, and collaborations, and so many friendships around the world, connecting with other women via podcasting and collaborations. Right. It's just been such a blessing. And I know I'm excited to see what's coming next. But like, all of that struggle and intensity and choosing to face it helped me up level to this. And I can, if this is where I've come to now, I can just imagine what I'm feeling now is going to help me up level to next. And I know it's going to be incredible. Right. So your insecurities want you to, go, hey, I see you, I hear you. Let's work on like releasing these and gaining freedom so that I can have more peace and confidence and compassion for myself. The people pleasing wants you to see it so you can be like, wow, this doesn't feel very good. It's exhausting. I want more balance, and I want to learn how to set healthy boundaries. The weight wants you to acknowledge it so that you can go, wow, I want to explore why my body doesn't feel safe. The high cortisol, the PMS, the whatever's going on physically wants you to look at it so that you can release the suppressed emotions, so that you can express yourself and you can start regulating your nervous system and supporting your body and learning about her. One of the other biggest reasons that your body does this is because she wants to teach you about her. We don't actually get a lot of really good knowledge about our health and well-being and our energy and our vibration and our soul and our emotional well-being and our ego and our physical well-being growing up, right? Into being an adult, I feel anyway. Like, there's all kinds of information out there, but like, to actually personally learn it and take it on yourself. So I feel like one of the biggest reasons we learn this is because your body wants you to actually have awareness, deep awareness, be in tune, be connected so that you know how to take care of yourself. You can be more in your power. And the more in your power you are, guess what? You get to really like trust yourself. You learn how to trust your body. You learn how to trust your intuition. And that's what helps us manifest what we want. And that helps us create a life that we love. Maybe we love it now. It gets to get even more incredible after, right? So this is why it's so important. I really encourage you, don't just do the band-aid approaches, the quick fixes. Be willing to address the roots and do the deeper work. That's what's going to help you build freedom, not temporary relief. Like, let's build freedom and clear it out for good, whether it's binge eating, emotional eating, binging and purging, gut issues, hormone imbalances, the low energy, right? The weight gain, the self-sabotage, the people pleasing, the perfection, the all or nothing mentalities, the guilt that you feel around making yourself a priority, the roller coaster ride of emotions you're feeling on the journey, right? Because it'll help you manage and navigate all the wild vibe energy going on in the world right now as well. And if you're a business owner, right, it's like stability, consistency with the way you show up, what you bring to the table, attracting your ideal clients, and manifesting that consistent flow, feeling confident in your body, wanting to share yourself with the world, right? How do you grow and scale? Like, there's so many things tied to the energy of money, the energy of how you show up. What is the intent behind the way you're showing up in your business? Because you'll receive more if it's from service and value. I find some people can get blocked when it's all about money and need, right? Because that's lack. And yes, it's great to make money, but we want to make sure we're coming from heart with anything, really, not just in business. So address the roots. Be willing to actually address the roots of your emotional eating, your binge eating struggles, the weight loss blocks, the hormone and gut issues. Be willing to deal with the unworthiness. Be willing to get into forgiveness and letting go of the past. Be willing to start to be kinder to yourself. Yes, I know it can be uncomfortable. However, it's the most fulfilling work that you will ever do because you're doing it for you. And when you heal, it has a ripple effect out into the planet. And it's very, very, very powerful. So I'm going to leave you with that for now. I feel like that gives you a lot to digest. So a journal prompt that I want you to explore is, what symptoms, body struggles, or emotional mindset, right? Self-sabotage. What's going on for me? Business sabotage that is like trying to get my attention, maybe because there's messages and things for me to learn because it's time for an up level. If you feel a lull, that you're stuck, there's a plateau with your weight or your business or whatever it is, like, what is it trying to show you? Because there's something there. Journal on that. If you want to DM me on Instagram or email me and share what comes up, feel free. But let's start this dialogue. Let's get this energy and momentum in this conversation going because we want you to heal. This planet is doing a lot of healing right now, and each human being, we want you to heal with the planet so that you can just feel peace and ease and more freedom, the food freedom, the body freedom, the business freedom, the happy freedom, whatever it is that you desire. Power and self-love and worthiness are some of the most priceless, incredible things that we can learn how to cultivate for ourselves, because as we do so, we can shift our perception and see that the body's trying to help you up level. The symptoms, the body struggles, the insecurities are trying to help you up level rather than staying in victimhood mode, being poor me and hurting ourselves and self-sabotaging. Now, we all are human. We all have our moments, but let's get out of that and flow forward. You are worthy. You are powerful. And if you've forgotten that, maybe you want to reach out so we can have a conversation so I can remind you of your potential and we can help you re-access it and have it for the rest of your life. To me, that is priceless. So the show notes for today's episode can be found at amberapproved.ca/podcast/402. If you want to connect to talk about one-on-one and see what is available, you can go to amberapproved.ca, click schedule a consultation. Both the body and business freedom options are there for 30 minutes. If you want to talk about hormone harmony, you can also just send me a quick email and I'm happy to hop on a 15-minute Zoom call to see if it feels like a fit. You have until essentially like Friday this week, Friday the 10th, to sign up before the doors close for the 2023 round, and all the early bird bonuses and 667 USD savings is available until Thursday, March 9th. So jump on it if you want it. It won't be offered again until 2024. So I just wanted to remind you of that. If you're wondering if you're struggling with emotional eating, you can also go to amberapproved and take the free amberapproved.ca and take the free emotional eating quiz. Okay. And as I always say, there's no better time than the present to take action on your healing, your health, your up level, your growth, your expansion, whatever it is. So take action now. I'm sending you so much love. I'm cheering you on. You've got this. I believe in you. You can do this. I'm so excited to connect with those of you that this feels resonant to, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I needed. I'm ready to move forward. And for the rest of you, just sending you so much love. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great week. And I will look forward to sharing a whole new episode with all of you beautiful souls next Sunday.